Hello. So, I am going to just be starting a very small series where I don't know, I will kind of do daily recaps or maybe every other day or maybe just weekly. I think it will kind of just depend on how my actual job is going. Typically, I'll be trading the morning session. So, right off the rip, you can kind of see here. I think this was my first trade was taken around 640 PST. Um, I was basically looking for a long for us to go back above VWAP, because we had basically came through the zone and there wasn't much interest in this like lower area down here. So I took a long, and then I quickly took profit on it just because I wanted price to move a lot faster. And then from there, you can see me get ready to arm in a short, and basically I go short the moment that we get below that buy imbalance. And the reason why being that I personally felt like if sellers were going to come in, it was in that moment of them of basically buyers failing to get us above VWAP. So once that had happened, I then said, okay, I think that I'm feeling pretty good now. You can see me kind of move my take profit around. I have these like balance zones that I typically time that I'm trying to get in the habit of just targeting, basically targeting one side or the other. So you can see I don't know how many points I took on that MNQ trade. I think it was probably like 10, 15 points. And then from there, you can actually see me. I do like a cross dissolve, and you're not going to see the full $153 that was made. And mind you, this is all on sim. I'm not, you can literally see it says simulated right there. Because I'm still trying to test out the strategy of basically using the footprint candle, trading around my zones only, trading around VWAP only, right? I have the 20 MA is on this chart, and it's more so just for like context. It's not. I don't take trades against it. I take trades based on VWAP. If we're below VWAP, I'm usually be looking for shorts. If we're above VWAP, I'm gonna usually be looking for longs, and that's kind of it, right? Not to simplify it. Again, it's a process that I'm still starting out. So, I kind of go through the morning. I think at this point it's about 7:38. I'm gonna in the next video, for one, the resolution will be way better, and on top of that, I think I'm gonna just like add in my little clock widget that I have. That way, I can consistently, at least in the streams, I can actually see because I have real-time notes that like I'm taking on every single trade as I'm thinking about it. Again, that's a habit that I just started, but then from there, I kind of get in this like weird position where I'm like, okay, I'm going long, I'm going short. I'm a little bit like confused about the market right now. I think we were chopping for a little bit. There wasn't much momentum. So, I kind of just kept on doing the exact same thing. And again, you're not going to see the majority of the money that was actually made. But I'm releasing this video just because I recorded the session and I want to feel like I'm actually putting like a good momentum to something. So in this moment, actually, I think I actually get stopped out. I get stopped out of this short, and I load basically two contracts, and you can see me get filled for one. And this was a risky trade. This was a little bit of a risky trade, but I felt pretty good about it, only because we were so close to VWAP, and I think basically like 10, 15 minutes earlier, we weren't able to go lower. So our failure to actually go lower was like, okay, I feel pretty decent about basically scaling into this long. Um, so at some point you can kind of see I'll basically set a buy order somewhere down here, like right around where these imbalances are. And again, another reason why I actually took the long was because you can see my balance zone right there. You can see how we basically bounced right off of it, and from there I had taken the long. So I took the long very late, as you can see right there. I literally took the long at basically the top of that candle, and this is a 60 range chart on MNQ, I think, or technically NQ, and then I'm cross trading on MOTIVEWAVE. Um, and I kind of like I'm messing around with like settings and stuff like that right now, but you can see I take that long. I basically add to my position, and then I take it based off of this stacked imbalance that I'm seeing right here, and the candle right before that. And honestly, the way that I keep on saying like right here, I really I want to try to figure out a better way that I can like annotate these things like in real time as like the video plays. I'm sure that there's some type of software I can use. But then from there you can see I'm basically like trying to set my stop. For some reason I can't do it. But I basically set my stop right below my balance zone, which is right below this stacked imbalance. So to me, I stay in the long essentially up until VWAP, because for me, if sellers were strong, then they'd be taking us much lower. So I was like, okay, we'd at the very least get to VWAP. There are gonna be sellers up there. I know that for certain. So I basically just do that. I let the trade run up, and I think I'm just gonna kind of let it unfold here. And yeah, anytime now, the trade's gonna happen. I promise you. I remember seeing it happen. It happened very fast though. I got filled like immediately, and you can see me kind of hesitate right there. I like think about going flat because basically I was a little bit concerned about the way that that candle was forming, but then you see right there like just buyers got aggressive, and then I flattened right around there. So that ended up giving me about like 15 points on two MNQ contracts, and I felt pretty good about that. I think I had walked away for a little bit, and then eventually I had essentially came back and I traded a little bit. But for me, the day was basically over, and I was only trading afterwards, and I didn't record that session just because it was just like me. I was kind of just like messing around. Honestly, I had some extra time, so I just kind of did whatever I wanted. But really, this was the morning session for me, and this is the session that like actually mattered. And next week I'll be using like actual money. So I kind of want to get in the habit of holding myself accountable and things like that. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys soon.